Hello there and welcome back to a new video. So in the last 2 decades, the allegations about exploitation and abuse of the people without power in different industries have been coming out. Be it the Me Too movement in the Hollywood industry after the Harvey Weinstein case, the Me Too movement in the Bollywood movie industry, the recent allegations against Diddy or Puff Daddy in the music industry, and now the dark side of the Malayalam film industry. Every time this happens, I shy away from the industry. That's the allegations are coming against, and that is because of the organized crime and exploitation of the weak in these industries where the machinery supports this kind of abuse, which basically translates to me watching a lot less English movies, which I used to love watching. No more Hindi movies. I really don't watch much of Telugu, Tamil or Kannada movies to begin with, and no more pop music or most of rap. Well, Eminem is still the rap god. And now I have to significantly cut down on the Malayalam movies as well. Hema Committee Report reveals the entire dark side of the Malayalam movie industry. And it has done that through the personal accounts of a lot of witnesses or victims under the oath of anonymity and confidentiality. And it has led to the ousting of prominent actors and directors. You won't see these actors in pan-Indian movies as much because they are really limited to the Malayalam movie industry.
And so there's always this trend. You make a movie in Malayalam, it's a hit, and they always copy it, remake it in some other language. So what do you have to say about that? You become a trendsetter. So how do you feel?
No, it's not a trendsetter. நல்ல படங்கள் வரும்போது எல்லா லாங்குவேஜிலும் மாற்றி ரீமேக் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கோம். அதனால் நான் இங்கே பண்ணிய குഞ്ഞி கூன நாங்கள் பேரறிஞர் வந்தாச்சு, பாடி கார்டு காவலாக வந்தாச்சு, அப்படிதான் അത് നമ്മൾ മലയാളത്തിലേക്ക് ഹിന്ദിയിൽ നിന്ന് എടുക്കും, തമിഴിൽ നിന്ന് മലയാളത്തിലേക്ക് എടുക്കും. നല്ല സബ്ജക്റ്റുകൾ.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a wonderful night, and you're looking really handsome.
Thanks.
And it has revealed a nexus of abuses and gundas that acts like a mafia with one superstar controlling it all. Horrific tales of abuse and exploitation are now coming out, sexual or otherwise. And it all started with one woman's fight against the most horrific act of violence. A prominent South Indian actress was assaulted in a moving car in Kochi by a criminal named Pulsar Suni, allegedly under the quotation of Dileep and a woman not yet named in the charge sheet. The associations like AMMA, created for the welfare of the artist in the industry, supported Dileep, even though they said that they would stand with the victim. Now, how will you stand with the victim while also supporting the accused is beyond me and also a lot of people. Now, Dileep is a person who has hurt so many other people in the industry already. He wanted to control the entire industry all by himself, even deciding who gets to stay in the industry and make films and who doesn't. And it's all based on his personal benefits, his personal preferences, and his ego. Now, there hasn't been any sexual allegations against Dileep so far, but under this mafia and this power structure that he created, a lot of actors are now being accused of being predators and sexual abusers by both men and women in the industry. Basically, he could be allegedly the superstar that controls this mafia group or this group that uses violence to control everything, the group that is termed as Power Group in the Hema Committee Report. Now, these people did not expect the film actress who was victimized to file a complaint or to fight for her justice, or that she would ever continue to work in the same industry. And that's where all their calculations went wrong. And the female actresses in the industry stood with her. And she was also a very courageous, bold, brave woman who continued to fight despite all that she went through. And that has led to Dileep getting arrested, and the case is still going on. You know how the judiciary system works in India, it's so slow. And the women creating their own committee or association for their own welfare and asking the government to ensure the protection of women in the film industry. The government then responded by creating a committee, the Justice Hema Committee, who studied the problems of women and how to ensure protection of women in the film industry, which is what we are now seeing. Everyone knew that there was casting couch and exploitation and abuse happening in the movie industry. None of this is new to the people. But this has now morphed into a movement, and this could end in dismantling that power structure that favors a few. And as a first step towards that, we saw all the existing leaders resigning from AMMA all at once. And this could give way to better leadership in the association. As a person who has gone through a lot in my own life, seeing all this has been quite an emotional roller coaster. Because seeing this industry that works for the favor of a few predators at the cost of a lot of innocent people who are just there to work or to follow their passion and dream is quite horrific. Now, a lot of criticisms have been coming out against the Hema Committee report. One is that these are all old cases. That is, this is just digging up old things that happened in another time. But really, does that matter? And it's not like these predators are not working in the industry or does not have any more control in the industry. They are still trying to exert all the power they can in the industry against the weak. So this has to be talked about. There is no other way around it. Now, another criticism is that this is very one-sided. Because it only talks about the problems faced by women in the industry. The report is very one-sided because it was created just to study the problems of women in the industry. But that does not mean that the reports coming out are just about men attacking women. All kinds of attacks and abuse, regardless of gender, are now being talked about in the public domain. So that is quite a positive thing, and that should have happened to all the Me Too movements across the country. The one-sidedness of these movements were the reason for their downfall. But it is also very curious that the media is only focusing on the allegations women raise against men, especially some men. The other allegations, especially that has been raised by men against men or women, and also the financial allegations, are just not talked about as much. And why is that? A much more serious criticism is that this committee report could destroy film industry, that is Malayalam film industry. Now, these kinds of movements has the potential to destroy our film industry. I'm not denying that. But if you look at what is happening, if anything, it's the opposite. If this report has come out in the 2000s in the way that it is coming out now, it could have destroyed the Malayalam film industry, because that was the time when these people were at their glory, at the peak of their power. But today, but so much has changed now, and today the industry stands on the hard work and dedication of a lot of amazing talented people, and they have made so many good movies, good not just based on the story or the execution, but also the way that it has been produced. And that is the only reason that this movement is possible in this way in the film industry, because the industry can take it, and the industry has mature people who will deal with this thing quite in a mature way. Prithviraj, Shamit Tilagan, Jagadish are all examples of that. If this was any other industry in India, it's true they probably wouldn't survive this kind of a movement, be it Hollywood or Telugu film industry, Kannada film industry. The problems are too much there. That's probably the reason that it will never happen in these industries also, because they will not let this happen, this kind of transparency or accountability. But I genuinely hope that the Malayalam film industry would become the beacon for change in all the other languages, industries in the other languages. The truth needs to come out and the system needs to change. All these associations or trade unions which were created to help and support the weak and the powerless in these industries just are not working for them, and that needs to change. Another very important, possibly the most important thing that is mentioned in the committee report, which is often ignored, is how the junior artists and the technical and other crew are treated in the movie sets. It is quite horrific how to hear about their working conditions and the amount of money that they get for the jobs they do. The money that the producers and directors are willing to spend on a movie, that is crores, that is their 100 crores, 1000 crores, you know what I mean. Now, instead of directing all that money towards the equipment and the technical part of the film, rather towards the human resources, none of this would happen. I'm not saying all the money, just a share of money. Just give them the necessary requirements for a good working environment. That is all they're asking. It doesn't take too much. It will just take the money to buy a few cameras as the amount of money they spend on them. Now the question really is, who will ensure that? Who will ensure better working conditions for people in the film industry? A lot of people are saying the government will or the government should. I don't agree with that. But there should definitely be a regulatory body that ensures this. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section. How did you feel about the stories that have been coming out through the Hema Committee Report? Let me know in the comment section. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button and share it with somebody else. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Until we meet next time, bye bye. Well, it goes without saying that I don't have a sponsor yet. But not to worry, I will sponsor my own video. More precisely, my book will. This is the first book that I wrote. It's a realistic fiction novel about 4 teens in a city enmeshed in a life of drugs, love, violence and chaos. A tale of isolation and desperation one feels among known strangers in an unknown city. Well, this book is available on Amazon and Flipkart. The links will be in the description. I will also share the link to the video trailer of the book. So check them out. And now back to the video.